our project was really focused on looking at alternative forms of energy. So this is solar panels, this is the wind energy, this is just all the non-conventional forms of creating energy, and looking at installing this into a community so that it's part of the community. So when you purchase a unit in the community, you'd be buying into this whole network of energy. So it may be a higher upfront cost to get into the community itself, but then you're using completely renewable energy when you're a community member.
Essentially, our idea is called Shuttler, and it's microtransit, so it's a shuttle bus that will come to your house and pick you up and take you to the nearest express bus stop or LRT station once it's made. And so we do that by targeting business employees. And so the idea is that you're going to have your colleagues on your bus with you, and there'll be Wi-Fi, so you can actually get kind of that first half hour when you go into work and you're checking emails, catching up with colleagues. That's already done before you even get to the workplace.
So our case was presented to us by Hamilton Health Sciences to some real problems that they're facing. So in Hamilton, about 1% of the population accounts for about 50% of the emergency healthcare budget and accumulates to about $520 million per year, these high-cost users. So we were given the task of how do you identify them? So we presented a solution that has 3 phases. The first phase is taking that health data that's in electronic medical records, EMRs, and feeding it into an analytics system by IBM called IBM Watson. And from that, you can link what the factors of health are to a high-cost user. The second phase is we found in literature and looking at other cities is that a lot of the high-cost users are already suffering from deteriorating health and illnesses by the time they're high-cost users. So before that, they kind of avoid the healthcare system. So how do you find them? So we proposed building communication links and breaking down those communication silos between organizations that are based on the social determinants of health. So these include food banks, these include shelters, includes the Hamilton Wentworth Detention Center. So going there and collecting that health data. So if a person from that community goes to the hospital, they'll be already, the hospital will already know their background info, and they'll be able to implement a solution and a health plan much faster for them. And then the third is doing this all in real time. So right now there's a 60-day lag from the time a person leaves the hospital to when any kind of health plan or implementation can be put in place. So if you have a real-time system while they're in the hospital, start that health plan with them, sit down with them. You're speeding up the system, you're providing better health services and higher costs.
Watch City Matters at noon, 4, 6, and 10 p.m. right here on Cable 14 or anytime on cable14now.com.